Hey guys, so I recently got a pair of these Adasion binoculars with tripod and phone attachment. I thought it might be interesting to give this a try and just show you guys how it works as well. So these binoculars, they come with an attachment point in front here where you can mount a tripod, and then there's a universal phone mount that your phone goes into. You mount your phone behind the binoculars, and then whatever you're looking at with the binos, you can actually take photos of using your phone's camera app. So this is what the box looks like. It's quite a big box, as you can see, and it's just got some specs on the back end, so the magnification power, objective diameter, eyepiece, and so on, as well as a list of everything that's inside of the box. This product is made in China, and the company that sells it is based in the UK. What comes inside the box is all of the binocular equipment, as well as a warranty card with a support email address and a telephone number that you can call in case you have any issues with the binoculars, and then a nice little manual that just shows you how to assemble it. The first time you put everything together, it's quite useful to look at this just to see how the tripod connects to the binoculars and how you should mount your phone inside of the bracket and so on. But let me show you the actual binoculars. Right, so the kit comes in 4 pieces. There's a very nice bag for the binoculars to go into. Then there's the tripod over here with the attachment point for the binoculars, as well as extendable legs and a swivel bracket here and so on. And then there's the mount for the phone. As for the bag, it closes with Velcro in the front, and then you've got a pocket here to put your phone in, or put some business cards in, or whatever you'd like. And then the binoculars themselves I'll take out just now. For the phone bracket, it's a screw bracket here. It doesn't work with a spring, and I actually quite like that because you can tighten it nice and tight around your phone so it doesn't fall out. And then in addition to this screw over here, you've also got a screw on the back, and when you loosen this, you can then adjust this eyepiece, if you want to call it that, over the correct lens on the back of your phone. So it doesn't matter how many lenses your phone has or where they're located. You adjust this so it's situated over the lens. You tighten this, and then this top part here clamps onto one of the eyepieces of the binoculars. As for the tripod, so this bit up here is where the binoculars would be attached. Let me just loosen this. So it's got a nice little swivel mount. You can point it in whatever direction, and then when you tighten it, it's going to stay there. This bit over here screws into the front of the binoculars. I'll show you just now. There's a attachment point there, and then the legs of the tripod flip open like this, and that's their default height. And you can extend them as well, so you can individually or all together set their height. I'll assemble it all just now to show you what that looks like. The binoculars themselves look like this. They come with a nice branded strap. It's neoprene in here, and it attaches to the end with some loop rings, and it's quite sturdily built. It feels nice and heavy. It feels like it's got good glass in there. It's definitely not plastic lenses. You've got your focal ring over here, and it also has covers on the front and the back to protect the lenses. So it's nice and sturdy. Like most binoculars, it flips open like that, so you can set the distance between your eyes when you hold it up your eyes. And if I pop off one of these covers, you'll see the nice glass in there. When you're using it as a normal set of binoculars, you would pop off the covers on both eyepieces and both lenses, but when you use it in phone mode, you only need to open up the one side, whichever side you're going to attach the phone to, and I'll show you what I mean by that just now. Right, so here the binoculars are connected to the tripod. There's a little mount spot in front there, and you can just attach a tripod with your fingers, or there's space there for a screwdriver if you want to use a flathead screwdriver to do it. Once they're mounted, you can swivel them using the swivel down here. If I loosen this a bit, I'm able to swivel the binoculars and point them in whichever direction I need them to look. And then, like I mentioned, the tripod legs can extend as well if you need to give your binos an angle, or if you just need to raise them higher. Now, as for the phone bracket, once your phone goes in there, this round bit just fits nicely over one of these eyepieces. So if I push that in there, it holds on quite firmly, and it's not going to drop your phone, it's not going to fall. I'm going to put my phone in there now, and then I can take some video through the phone itself to show you how what the quality looks like. Right, so I now have my phone inside of the mount piece. So what I'm going to do is just loosen the eyepiece a little bit, and you need to kind of figure out what the ideal position is to put it in for your phone. It would depend on where your phone's lenses are. So I would guess more or less there. That seems about even. And let me just try and tighten that. Okay, and then depending on your phone and what size lens your phone has, you might see some vignetting on the side. That's the edges of the bracket. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm actually just going to zoom in a little bit just to cut that out. Great. Okay, so if I now mount this on the eyepiece, it goes over here. Oh, and of course I need to open up whichever eyepiece I'm going to mount it on. So this goes over there. There we go, nice and tight. And you can immediately see how clear that image is that you have there. So let me aim this up at this tree here, and we can go look for something in the tree. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is if I now move the focal ring on the binoculars, obviously I can change my focus here. And it takes a little bit of use to get that right, because as the binos are changing focus, your camera is trying to change focus as well. So what I've noticed actually works quite well is to switch your camera into pro mode, and then there's a couple of things you do. So the first thing is you do a zoom just to cut out those edges. So see, I don't need a full 2.0 zoom, I can do a 1.8. And then as for your focus, if you get the focus right by eye first, so I'm going to look through the other eyepiece now and just get the actual focus right. Okay, there the focus is perfect for my eye, and the image is really, really clear. Okay, so focus is good for my eye now. Then after you've done that, you can go and adjust the manual focus here on the phone, and you'll see I've got highlighting there that shows me where it's focusing. There we go. I figured that's the best way to do it, because otherwise if you're in auto mode, then the phone keeps trying to adjust the focus as you're adjusting the focus on the binoculars. Okay, so then to take your photos, if you are going to tap on the screen like this, then obviously it's going to shake a lot, and you're not going to get the kind of photos you want. So ideally what you want to do is one of three things. Let me just move my phone a bit here. So my phone is a Galaxy Note, which means it comes with a stylus. And I just took the stylus out of the phone now. And with the stylus out of the phone, when I'm in the camera app, without touching the table, without touching the camera, without touching the binoculars, let me just do a focus here, there we go. I can now just click the button on the stylus, and that takes a photo. So that's quite handy to avoid that movement issue. If you don't have a stylus with your phone, but your phone does have a headphone jack, you can plug a set of headphones in, or earphones, and if you tap the volume button on the earphones, that will cause the camera app to take a photo as well. And lastly, you can get Bluetooth buttons that you can connect to your phone, which you can click to take a photo. The last option that I just thought of actually is if you don't have any kind of remote control, you can use the timer function on your phone. 5-second timer. So now if I press the camera button, hopefully the shaking stops within 5 seconds. And it takes a photo. So I'll take a couple of photos around the garden, and then I'll post those with this video so you guys can see what it looks like. Right, so that gives you a pretty good idea of how these binoculars and the phone attachment works and what it looks like. They are purchasable at Adasion.org. They go for, well, they're on special at the moment, so they go for $69.99, which I think is not a bad price at all for what you're getting. It's a pretty good set of binoculars. I would definitely use these over the ones that I've already got now, just as a regular bino. And then it's nice that it has the tripod and the phone attachment. Even if you're not going to use the phone to take photos, it's still a nice way to kind of stabilize your shot. In fact, I think they recommend that as one of the uses here. There we go. So even if you're not going to take photos, you can still use it to see a nice still image if you tend to shake a lot when you hold binoculars. Yeah, overall, very happy, and I'll take a couple more photos and post it online, and hopefully you guys enjoy them.